How you going, guys? I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to WALKITOFF. Welcome to the inaugural episode of #ReadThis, a WALKITOFF book review club, I guess you'd call it, where I'm going to talk about some self-development and mental health books. Yeah, some of it's worth reading, some of it's not. I'm going to help you by weeding out some of the bad stuff. So, let's get into it. The first book that we're doing a review of, Lost Connections by Johann Hari. I'll read the blurb to you. Depression and anxiety are now at epidemic levels. Why? Across the world, scientists have uncovered evidence for 9 different causes. Some are in biology, but most are in the way we are living today. Lost Connections offers a radical new way of thinking about this crisis. It shows that once we understand the real causes, we can turn to pioneering new solutions, ones that offer real hope. So yeah, I first came across Johann Hari via the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. Both his and Sam Harris's material are going to come up again and again in this, because he hosts a lot of interesting people. And Johann Hari was one of them. And his content really appealed to me, as he has depression himself and has lived through it. And I think this should be tackled by people who have lived through it and gotten through it themselves. So yeah, what I liked about it is it's a very kind of personal tale, I guess you'd call it. He journeys around the world interviewing people from across cultures and ages about how they have handled depression. And yeah, he goes on quite a journey himself. I won't ruin it for you. There's a really good bit about an apple that I think it's kind of funny but very serious at the same time. I won't say any more. What I disliked about it is that it can be quite harrowing, and sometimes the interviews that he goes through, some of the people are like survivors of Auschwitz and things like that. So there's some pretty harrowing stuff in there. You might need to break it down and digest it in smaller chunks, chapter by chapter. And I really do think you should read this. It'll make you think about depression differently. And if you don't have it yourself, but you're trying to understand what someone who does have it is going through, then I very highly recommend this book. So yeah, I give it 8 out of 10. It's very well written. You can get through it quite easily, but yeah, you might need to break it into smaller chunks. Okay, so I really, really like, there's a tale, I think Johann was in Vietnam, or one of the southern Asian countries. Anyway, he's talking about a guy who was ploughing a field and stepped on a landmine and it blew his leg off or something. It's something akin to that. I may be misquoting this, but he talks about how the guy after he healed, he fell into a deep depression because he couldn't do his job anymore. And he felt really quite useless. And the way that the people in his village helped him overcome this was by chipping in, buying him a cow to help him in the field so he can do it with one leg. And he recovered. And I think that there's a lot in this. I think we are tending to over-medicate and self-medicate our problems today without not actually fixing the underlying problems. I know that I'm really bad for this. But, we only get better by being aware of these things. We only can get better by being aware of them at first, at least, anyway. So yeah, if you haven't read it yet, please read it. If you have read it, What did you think about it? What was your favourite part about the book? What did you take away from it? What didn't you like? Let's discuss it in the comments below. So guys, each time that I review one of these books, I've got a copy of it to give away, along with a $20 voucher for Anaconda Outdoors. And if you would like to go into the running to win that, all you have to do is so, as always, catch you next time. Go outside, get better, and be awesome. Catch you later, everyone.